Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Just some food for thought. But if you ask me my pronouns and I say I use any pronouns and you only use she, her, you're a fucking loser. Is it really that hard to call me a he now and then? I'm not saying it has to be a regular thing, but a nice crisp little he, him, they, them moment every month wouldn't fucking hurt you. I am gender fluid. It doesn't matter if I wear makeup. It doesn't matter if I decide I want to look cis today. It doesn't matter. I'm still gender fluid. I'm not a woman every single day. And quite frankly, most of the time I'm a mix of the two. I'm the motherfucking man. My dick slang just like my titties do.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that that person wants me to use they, them pronouns. Why does it bother you so much? It's really awkward using them, and I've never done it before. Yeah, I understand. Do you want to see a picture of my new dog? Yes, of course. What's their name?
When you're asking me to stand up and protect, I'm going to stop you right there because I have a very, very low tolerance for bullshit. No one is asking men to protect because, frankly, what are they protecting us from? Other men? No one in their right mind would put a wolf inside their house to protect themselves from other wolves. Oh, and for the record, there are women who are paramedics. There are women who are in the police force. There are women who are in the military. And yeah, who are they all protecting us from? When I said that men need to take a proactive approach in making the world a safer place, I never meant protecting, so I don't know where you got that idea from. Maybe learn to listen better and ask questions if something confuses you. Because frankly, women don't want protection. Women want to live in a world where they feel safe, where men don't become a threat.
So yesterday I was walking home alone from getting art supplies. It was dark out and I was already freaked out. The street in front of me had the light, so I was waiting at the corner. And this car started pulling up slowly next to me. And they had the light, so they were very clearly not driving. And then the car like kind of backed away. And then it slowly came towards me again. And I'm like internally screaming and outwardly very petrified, which I know because then I looked up at the driver and it was a woman who looked so sorry because she could see how panicked I was and just kept like apologizing with her hand as she continued parking. She was just parking. That's why she slowly came towards me and then backed up and then came towards me again. She was parking and I was so visibly terrified so that she was very aware. So, I just want to, wherever she is, just give her a shout out for recognizing how scared that made me. It could have been way worse. Outside is really scary.
Let's talk about times that we've been mansplained.
When I was pregnant, I was really excited about it, and I was posting updates on my Facebook because I like Facebook memories. I have really bad memory. And I posted about feeling like my baby kick for the first time, and my male cousin drops a comment and is like, those aren't real baby kicks until you can see like the entire outline of the foot coming out of your stomach.
I hate to be mansplained as much as the next woman, but it's almost more insulting, I guess, when a woman does it to another woman. Look, I get called bossy all the time. I get called a know-it-all all the time. I don't know it all. I don't. There's plenty of topics that I don't know anything about. There's some topics that I do know a lot about. That doesn't mean I know everything, and I know it. But the fact that I keep getting this issue, and then what I love is when I know somebody really well and they know me, but they still can't imagine that I could possibly know what I'm talking about. And when it comes from another woman, that's what probably bothers me more than anything. I guess I expect it from a man, but I really don't expect it from another woman. So please, if your friend knows something, just trust them.
Today's gender is... I dare you. I fucking dare you.
So you can't make it up. 2 bills out of Florida. One, you're not allowed to do anything that would make white people uncomfortable. And the other one is educators are not allowed to acknowledge that the LGBTQIA plus community exists, reference them, or anything of that nature. Treat it like they don't exist. If you need any further proof of white privilege, you got it right there. Stay mad, boo-boo.
Game idea for the day. Picture GTA, but instead you play as a black woman in her everyday life, dealing with the everyday racism and sexism at home, at the pub, at the yoga, at the workplace, like everything. And you have different options, everything from ignore to physical violence. And you had the meters, instead of just HP, you had meters as physical health, mental health, confidence, and so on. And you have to balance all of that. But it's really hard because whatever you do that is good for one meter will be bad for another. I want to see that kind of game.
I saw a tweet in which you talked about watching TV, hearing a female sportscaster, and that moment just really meaning a lot to you. Can you tell me why that representation is so important?
I think when you just don't see someone that looks like you, sounds like you just think, well, how do I fit into this puzzle? And if you don't see yourself there, you might think, well, maybe they won't hire someone like me, or they're not looking for someone like me. So I think it inspires me to see women kind of pave that way for me and other women, and sports especially, which is a lot more gatekeepy than gaming is, to see kind of them have diversity become so much more important, and how much, the entire industry, especially gaming, has made strides in women, and just to see someone who sounds like me, because I have a very unique voice, I don't sound like a man, or I'm not I'm kind of in the middle of having a high voice, so it just means that I belong, and that's what's so important, and that I can have this career too, and I can share that passion too. And it's tough to kind of break that in, and when there's other women ahead, I'm only in this job because someone inspired me to do it, and someone kind of paved that way for me, and now I have women coming up to me and saying I'm doing that for them, so that means so much to me, and I think that's how we just all inspire each other to go into this job.
That's incredible. I think that's really passing the baton on.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope more women come in. I'm so glad to have Rose and Vicky, and I'm not the only one, because even when I'll do it no matter who is inspiring me, I'll do it no matter if there is no women or there is, but the fact that I get to come in with my friends is so amazing.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Really try to see it from the opposite side. Black woman dead, white cop is alive. 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 No crime committed at the time he arrived. Cell phones corded, but the body can die.
I just saw one of the most ridiculous mansplaining comments, and
I was using Tinder for the good and changed my settings from women to everybody and swiped right on everyone and put in my bio that I needed help writing a paper for economics. And my thing says lesbian, so it's pretty obvious that I'm not looking for anything from these guys. And I messaged this guy and I was like, hey, do you know anything about the Great Recession? And he's like, oh, the one from 1940? And I was like, no, the Great Recession from 2007 to 2009. And then he goes on to say that wasn't really a Great Recession. That was more of a housing market crash. And I was like, it's called the Great Recession. And he was like, you should actually look into what a recession is, and listed this whole thing about it. And I was just like, you should Google what the Great Recession is.